Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know the drill. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Alrighty, it's been a week since I've done a video. Just been really busy. Just had some family stuff going on, and finally had a chance today to take a break, do a video, and here I am. And also follow me on Instagram, AIH underscore sports. And I know that some people now have followed me, so that's cool. And I've gotten a message here and there, so that's great. Now, today is not going to be a sports card video. I'll probably do some later this week. Now, in regards to the sports or to sports, I'm looking at football right now. I just saw Cam Newton got released by the Patriots. And that's really strange that he got released by the Patriots because the consensus was that he would be number one or number two on the depth chart. I thought he would be the starter, and then they would get Mac Jones in later this season. I don't know when they would have done that, but regardless, Cam Newton is out, and Mac Jones is going to be the starting quarterback. And in regards to number two, was it going to be Brian Hoyer? It's just really interesting. And the topic came up, did Cam Newton get released because he didn't take the jab? And we know that Cam Newton was violating COVID protocols by not taking a COVID test at the appropriate facility. He wanted to go and see his kids, from what I read. And because he didn't follow the protocols, he missed at least a few days of practice because of that. And during those days, and during those group sessions where Mac Jones was, I believe, playing the Giants in a practice, he did phenomenal. And Mac Jones definitely did well in Alabama. And Belichick, from my understanding, really liked Mac Jones from the get go. And he has definitely exceeded expectations during the preseason. So he should definitely be doing some damage there in New England this year and for years to come, assuming he doesn't get injured. And, Belichick and all these guys, they tend to get quarterbacks for the most part that are high IQ and tend to master the offense pretty well. And he fits probably the New England model, in my opinion. Regardless, going back to Cam Newton, it's really strange. I thought that at least Cam Newton should be number two, but he was released. Maybe he wasn't Bill Belichick's best option out there. Maybe he just had him as a placeholder until he could find a quarterback. Who knows? But it brings up the question now, are players going to get cut if they test positive for COVID and suppose they're mediocre? And if they're mediocre, they're just going to get kicked off to the curb if it doesn't hurt the financials of these companies, not companies, of the financials of these sports teams. If it doesn't hurt them that much, then they're just going to get rid of them. They don't want to miss games because of the vaccination status. Plain and simple, regardless of whatever you think about this. And the thing is that the NFL has very strict rules about the jab. I'm not in favor of it. However, these are the rules they're going with, and they're treating those guys that didn't take the jab in a much harsh way compared to guys that have taken the jab. And you saw the Atlanta Falcons, they got rid of two individuals that didn't take the jab, and then they boasted and bragged on Twitter, we are 100% jabbed. So this is, I guess, the new way of life. And I think the future will be for a team that is willing to deal with an unjabbed player, they must bring a lot to the team. And if they don't bring a lot to the team, if they're mediocre, if they're washed up, they're probably going to be thrown off to the side. And I look at, on another take, the domestic violence situation. remember Ray Rice was thrown off to the curb. And yeah, he was getting older, and the Baltimore Ravens were like, yeah, we don't need him. No other team wanted to touch him. And I look at someone like Antonio Brown, who has a lot of baggage, and there was allegedly, have to be careful, situation with domestic violence and other issues with women. No team really wanted to touch him after the whole fiasco with him getting released from the New England Patriots. Then, I think it was the year later, Tom Brady persuaded Bruce Arians to get Antonio Brown to come to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I guess Tom Brady did a good sales job and told Bruce Arians, I'm going to babysit him. He's going to live at my house. I think that was the only condition that Bruce Arians would allow, and it's Tom Brady. So Tom Brady could pretty much do that. So I'm just looking at it at a situation of domestic violence where a lot of players now, they're not going to get leeway for that. And if you're an Antonio Brown, you could potentially get a chance because you have that talent. For someone like Cam Newton, who isn't the Cam Newton of 2015, who isn't the MVP type caliber guy, who's now mediocre, he's now what I would say fragile. There's terms fragile and anti fragile. He's no longer anti fragile. If you're anti fragile and you didn't take the jab and you could still perform at a high level in the NFL, you're probably going to get a job. But if you're mediocre or less than mediocre and you didn't take the jab, you could be on your way out. And that's how I think it's going to be. And throughout corporate America, too. If they're the stars of the corporation would probably come up with some sort of deal with the individual. Be like, okay, we don't like what you're doing, but okay, since you're that good, we'll keep you on. But if you aren't performing so well and you didn't take the jab, the firm would be like, bye bye, see you later. And that's unfortunately the way things will be probably for at least a few years. It could be a decade. We live in quite crazy times now. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about Cam Newton, what you think about the Patriots getting rid of him. I was surprised. I thought Cam Newton would be with the Patriots for a year. I thought he'd be a backup. And, with the COVID situation, who knows who will be forced to sit out because of a breakout. And jabbed or unjabbed, we're starting to see the cases go up. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Comment down below, guys. Thanks. Bye.